Welcome back to GunDoctorT.V. Today I have what is quite possibly the best example of defending one's domicile I've ever seen. Now, this video comes to us from St. Louis, and it involves two of those personal injury lawyers that you see the Lane commercials, the ambulance the ambulance chasers. Now, there's a protest going on outside of this, what is clearly a white collar establishment. The kind of place that you don't get into unless you got an income that's at least 6 figures. And even then, you're probably one of the poorest. Now, let me play this video in its 28-second glory. Now, that's the video I got. There might be a long one out there. I didn't care to do the research. But this is what we got, and it is an absolute masterpiece. Let's get into it. Okay, here we are in front of the establishment. And you can see the protesters out front. And these two have already taken the high ground in a defensive posture. Now, I want you to pay particular attention to the absolute 1985 Commando movie starring the one and only Arnold, Governor of California. Now, this guy can absolutely be his stunt double. Now, you can see he's using what is clearly a plain Jane A2 style AR-15, and he is using the tried and tested under the armpit point and shoot. Now, clearly being a child of the 80s, this tactic is absolutely beautiful, and that's one of my favorite parts. Now, let me show you.
She's using the natural grip.
Now, let me show you a clip from one of the classics, an absolute inspiration for my machine gunnery skills, the 1985 Commando movie. Now, this is probably absolutely copyrighted, but look at these two side by side. It's practically the same thing. I mean, take away Arnold's 2 Nazi dads, add a dad bod, that dude could be his stunt double. Dead ringer. Okay, now let's examine Hillary Clinton's, what is probably her cousin, if we're going to be honest here, or an aunt. Okay, now his training came from the 80s. I'm going to think her training came from even further back. Do you remember those old World War II 1911 training videos?
Absolutely.
Where the dude's like all whipping it up from his body? Now, the posture that she holds here, I recognize this. Now, when I was in elementary school, we had the little teacup. This is clearly the teacup grip. I mean, look. It is uncanny. Now,
You might be onto something.
absolutely. Now, those protesters are probably not in a lot of danger. Not as much as Arnold's stunt double here. Now, the Terminator lawyer, he is in some big trouble, and the protesters are not the problem. She absolutely flags him to the back of the melon multiple times. And it is an absolute useful tool in training yourself on how to properly handle firearms. I mean, you tip her over, that mag is going to empty out all over Mr. Polo there. Now, watch. This is one of my favorite parts right here. Oh, let's count how many times she flags. And 1. That was into the back of the melon, clearly. Oh! Did you see that look? Here, let's watch that again. Oh, man. That is a mom look. Oh, she's using her gun to point. I love when people do that. So he's over here, Harold! So, did you see that right there at the end? Where she kind of like hovered over him? Could you imagine if one of those dudes just like rushed at her a few steps? She would absolutely just pull the trigger out of instinct.
Right.
That dude would be repainting that beautiful bush right there. And there is not an Arnold grip in the world that will protect him from that. Now, she pointed out, look at these people's feet. They are barefooted. Man, how hardcore is that?
Shoes.
Yeah, man. That's hardcore. That's hardcore. Attorney Terminator. No, but seriously, on a serious note, besides his Arnold tactics here, definitely a no-go on both of their handling skills. Seriously, if you are new to guns and the only thing you know is that the bullets come out of the barrel, please get some training. Absolutely, get some training. That is my best advice I can give you. Train yourself up. It doesn't matter if you just bought a gun yesterday because the news is getting scary, or if it's your 100th gun and you have been training since you were a teenager from the military on. You can always get more training. You can always do refreshers and always stay sharp, because otherwise you become complacent, and complacency leads to problems. That's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think about the Terminator attorneys of St. Louis. I thought that was an interesting video. I'm not going to get into everybody's speculation about their politics or all that. I just wanted to show you guys that because that is an absolute masterpiece of domicile defense. I will catch you guys in the next one. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and remember, stay safe and stay free, America.
Full beard manly.